afternoon, everyone. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and this is another episode of my For My Students video series. And this video is going to be addressed to Roberto Blake. And the first thing I would like to say is that I deliberately waited until after Christmas to record this particular video. And that's because I wanted to give Roberto Blake a proper video response. He isn't like some of the uneducated people I often deal with on my YouTube channel. I consider him a respected colleague. I respectfully disagree with some of the commentary he left on my YouTube channel. So what did he have to say? Well, let's start with this. He says 2 days and 24 is not long enough for real measurable results. Now, what is he referring to? Well, I traveled to Taylorville, Illinois, and I videotaped their Festival of Lights. And then I uploaded that particular video to my YouTube channel. Okay. Now, I will grant you I didn't add any fancy graphics, I didn't add any fancy music, but I did record the video in high quality video content. Okay, it was a big HQ thing, alright? And I added an appropriate title, and I also added appropriate tags to that particular video. Now, in 2 days, it did manage to get 24 views. Eventually, it got 61 views. And I think that's where it is right now. It may be higher. I don't know. I really haven't checked today. Okay? But anyway, let's go on here. So, what is my response to Roberto Blake on this particular one? So, let me get this straight. You record a high-definition video on an interesting topic. Then you take the time to properly edit the video, which I did. And, okay, I'll grant you I did not add the fancy graphics or the fancy music. Okay, fine, that's great. We'll go past that one, okay? But let's say I had. Then you upload the video to YouTube with a well-thought-out, appropriate title. Now, here's the thing. Even with the highest internet speed available in my area, it could take good 25-30 minutes to upload a high-quality video. Now, from what I understand, Comcast is getting ready to have gigabit upload speeds. And if they do, that's great. But in the meantime, I'm still dealing with megabit upload speeds, and they're not nearly as good as what I think they should be. But we'll go on with that, okay? So, here you are. You've created your video. You've uploaded your video, which took about 25 to 30 minutes. And then you add appropriate tags to your video. And yet, you're not to expect a large number of views on your video in a short period of time? Really? I think that's wrong. I really do. I really think that's wrong. Especially when I not only uploaded this video and added all the tags and the appropriate title, but I also shared this video on several Facebook pages. Now, I have a lot of friends. Some of them are my subscribers here on YouTube. And I placed a hyperlink to my video on their web pages, which they gladly allowed me to do. And I only ended up with 61 views? Give me a break. I should have had much more than that. Alright. So, in that particular case, why should anyone bother to go to that kind of effort in the first place? They really shouldn't. I think there are better ways to get this job done, and I will clearly illustrate that in this particular video. Alright, so personally, like I say, I think a better strategy is in order. So, what's the next thing you had to say? Also, it's a matter of the overall interest in the content itself. Short term is not really how YouTube works. Well, it ought to be, but apparently not. And the thing is, I think you should have mentioned this in one of your videos. I think you should mention this in every one of your videos, or at least the ones that cover this kind of topic. You should really tell people this. And I find that kind of lacking in your videos. But now that I've said it here, and hopefully you'll share this particular video with all your friends, as I'm going to share this with mine, maybe the word will finally get out. But like I said, I think I have better strategies than this. Getting 1,000 subscribers makes your channel look impressive, but as a result of your overall viewership on each and every video is very, very low at this point. Let's think about this for a minute. Now I'll reread this comment to you because I don't think I read it exactly right. It says, getting 1,000 subscribers makes your channel look impressive, but as a result, your overall viewership on each and every video is very, very low at this point. So let's think about this. I acquired those viewers using multiple techniques, including sub for sub. But what other techniques did I use? I created the video response wars. I created video responses to other YouTube videos. I personally contacted other YouTubers. I also created lots of educational videos on interesting topics. Many of my uploaded videos were in poor quality. They didn't have fancy music or graphics, yet some people actually watched them. And some of these videos, which were uploaded years ago, are still being watched to this very day. And no, I didn't use some kind of subscriber bot to acquire all those subscriptions. So personally, I think I've been very successful. Think about it. I now have 1,000 solid subscribers that I acquired over a period of roughly about 7 years. It'll be 7 years in March. That ain't too bad for a YouTube channel. Especially with all the millions and millions of YouTube channels out there all over the world. So I think I've been pretty darn successful. I didn't have to use copyrighted material. I didn't have to perform some crazy sketch to get those views. I just stayed steady and I got them. So I do agree that sub for sub should not be overly used. However, it can be an effective tool, and I'm going to illustrate it right here on this particular video. Hang in there. So sub for sub has not really gained you any additional value. Really? I gained 120 subscribers in under a month. Many of these subscribers also took the time to watch some of my videos, and the reason I did that is that when I said, can you sub me back, I also said, can you also watch my videos? Which they did. Okay? Not all of them, but some of them actually did. This resulted in additional video views. And what were the comments to me? Well, let's find out. These are actual comments that got left on my videos during the month of December from these new subscribers. Very educational. I just subbed to your channel. It's great. If you ever want to know about Ram, ask a guy with a haircut like him. Thank you. One even wished me Merry Christmas. Another one said, done, mate. I enjoyed looking through some of your videos. You've got some really good content happening. Keep it up. Thanks. I was just flashing NAND chip on the motherboard on a 3DS, and it came to me, I have to learn how this works. Also flashcards. Cheers. 1006, that's referring to, at that point I had 1,006 subscribers, subbed. Thanks. I like the energy generated on your channel. God bless. And then you go on to say, additionally, it's not a matter about some of the tips, but everything in combination over time. You can't work out for 1 day or 2 and then measure the accuracy. Okay, let me say that again. You can't work out for 1 day or 2 days and then measure that accurately to say something doesn't work. Oh, I can. I agree you won't become buff and super healthy after just 2 days of exercise. I'll give you that. But you will notice a difference in your health and overall mental attitude right away. After 2 days of exercising, I noticed that my sleeping pattern stabilized and I was far more energetic. And I had better verbal communication capabilities. So yes, I can expect some decent results. No, I didn't expect 10,000 views on my Taylorville Festival of Lights, but 61 over a period of December? I think I'd expect more than that. Give me a break. Okay, so what else did you have to say? The nature of YouTube and social media and instant gratification leads people to believe in short-term success, and hence trying to game the system instead of building up habits for success. What's my response to that? You can game the system while building up habits. You can game the system while building up habits for success. You just have to know what games work and what games don't. Going to random channels and asking for sub will never work. I'll give you that one. But there are people who have uploaded sub-for-sub videos. What they've done is they've uploaded basically a forum for sub-for-sub. This allows other people to interact with their YouTube colleagues who are also struggling with ratings and views. And that's where I went to find sub-for-sub. I didn't just go to random channels. I went to these sub-for-sub videos, and I specifically requested these people because they had an interest in sub-for-sub. But I also took it one step further. I didn't just ask for sub-for-sub. I also told them to go ahead and watch my videos as well, which a lot of them did. So I got views, I got duration time, and I got subscribers all at the same time. That's a successful formula. But it's not the only formula you should use. And I'll get into that a little bit later. Okay? But this kind of sub-for-sub can be an unexpected advantage. I thoroughly believe in video responses, and apparently you don't. That's why you left me a comment instead of a video response. And I was kind of disappointed at that. I think I deserved a video response after the video response I gave to you. Maybe this time you'll give me a video response. Because that's how YouTube originally worked. And I know because I used to make a lot of video responses in the early days. And I do even yet today. But let's go on. So by using sub-for-sub, you gain a plethora of videos you can respond to. And this also gains you one more advantage. You can use video responses to see if people you're responding to want genuine views and subscribers. If you respond to their videos and they don't respond back, you can unsubscribe them. Think about this for a second. Every time you upload a video response and you notify them that that's exactly what you've done, most likely they will not only watch your video, but they'll watch your whole video to see exactly what you said about their video. So that increases duration time, which is something that YouTube does look at, and it also increases your number of views, which makes your channel look a lot more impressive. Because your channel doesn't just get impressive because of the number of subscribers, but it also gets impressive because of the number of views and the duration of those views. So there you go. So what did you have to say next? So that is my thoughts on this video and your response to the tips and the techniques. There is also the overall nature of the channel and the expectations it has set. The thumbnails, YouTube channel artwork, and the profile pic of the channel, something I've talked about in videos, are also a reason that the view counts are low. I totally disagree. I absolutely disagree. It does not matter your thumbnail, it doesn't matter your artwork and your profile pic, because actually I have a fan page, and anybody that goes on my main channel page can go and find a hyperlink to that fan page, and they can go see it for themselves. They can see me, they can watch my videos and see me directly. Most of my videos have me sitting in front of the camera just like I'm doing now. So they don't really need a profile picture. Give me a break. So I absolutely disagree with that. Title descriptions and tags do matter, but the content would also need to be what people are searching for. Well, I think my feedback pretty much illustrated that that is what the kind of things they were looking for is what they found. So I have no problem there. That is also what the tags would need to be. Really? By the time I wasted time putting all those tags on all those over 3,000 videos, I wouldn't have time to record anything new. That's ridiculous. If you're teaching students, starting a video with how-to will make a difference. I don't think so. I really don't. How do you say how-to Euclid? How-to trigonometry? I mean, when I put up there elementary mathematics, that's exactly what that video is. I've only had like 1 or 2 videos in which the title wasn't necessarily consistent, and that was because I was so tired when I made them that I titled them erroneously, and I have fixed them since. Let's go on here. You say, if you're teaching students, starting a video how-to will make a difference. It is about context. Then you say, sub-for-sub, as best as I can tell, has not benefited your channel in any measurable way for a quick fix. Oh, really? I gained 120 subscribers in 1 month. Plus I gained views, and I gained good commentary, and I gained duration time of those views as well. So it's the way you do sub for sub and not the fact that you do sub for sub that counts. So I again disagree. Then you say, as I stated earlier, I used... Okay, sorry. You didn't say this. I'm going to say this. As I stated earlier, I'm now saying this. I use sub for sub as one of my many tools. And I don't go to random channels and ask for sub for sub. As you can see from the earlier comments, it has benefited me to some degree. Okay. Then you say, my tips over time and executed consistently across multiple videos and even videos you've already done can improve overall channel health and build a habit for executing better videos over time. It's not limited to YouTube tactics, but the marketing, presentation, and video production and quality. Video quality can affect your channel if you're doing it for entertainment purposes. But for education, think about it. Most of the videos that I have on my YouTube channel are pretty much, well, basically commentary. You could actually take the audio portion of those videos, you could put them on an MP3 player and take them with you, and you could pretty much get whatever you needed. See what I mean? So you don't physically have to watch me on a regular basis. The audio doesn't change just because I made the video smaller. Okay. So you go on and say, it's a system. As for your students, I don't think they should necessarily be worried about creating YouTube content. Well, I, to some extent, disagree with you, especially with the job market that it is today. They're having a real tough time getting any kind of work. And let me tell you something. A little income is better than no income at all. I can tell you that right now. And for some of these people, they can go to a Salvation Army. They can pick up a real cheap camera there. A digital camera like my Kodak EasyShare. I've had this thing for, what, 6-7 years now? Been using it consistently. They could do the exact same thing. They could pick up a camera like that. Now, I didn't pick mine up from the Salvation Army, but I know that Salvation Army carries stuff like this. Goodwill does too. You go there, you buy the camera. And the chips these days, shoot, for $10 you can have a chip. You don't need some fancy laboratory. I don't have a fancy laboratory. And there's all kinds of video responses you can make. So starting up a YouTube channel is a great way to at least earn some income until you can find yourself some higher paying gainful employment. But I will agree with one thing. It shouldn't be your only focus. Personally, I think they should come to my YouTube channel and watch all my videos and learn all the content that I've put up here so far and use those newly acquired skills to go out into the job marketplace and earn a decent income. That way they can pay for their internet. And you say, well, how in the world are they going to upload their videos to YouTube if they can't afford the internet? Well, sometimes these people have friends, and you can take their chip. You can take your chip to their houses and upload the videos from there. You say, well, what about video editing software? Well, there's lots of great video editing software out there for like $50-$60. You could go to your friend's house, buy the software, download it, save it onto your chip, take it back to your own home computer, and yes, you can get computers on the dirt cheap. You really can. You just have to look really good for that. Shoot, some people may even just give you some of their older computers. You can use them. You may not be able to get on the internet with them, but you can use them at home. So yeah, you can do that. Okay. Well, you and I agree on this. You said, I think they should use YouTube as a learning platform and build fundamental and problem-solving skills before they worry about getting YouTube views and subscribers. Well, I think they could get YouTube views and subscribers and learn those skills all at the same time. I really believe that. But yes, they should be acquiring skills to do that, because if you're going to make a proper video response to anything, you've got to be a learned person. And you got to learn how to target the right people. Okay. Then you go on to say, I spent years developing my skills at coding and video editing at between the ages of 13 and 18 and was age 20 before YouTube ever existed. So if they are not in a position to buy a computer, which I'm telling you, if you have a halfway decent job, you can buy a dirt cheap computer. It's not that hard. Shoot, my last computer cost me just a few $100s. You just got to save up. Okay. So you go on to say that, so if they are not in a position to buy a computer, learn and understand video editing, this is not what they need to be doing with their time just because it is popular to work for other people. If they are running on a limited income, they need to use something like this to make additional income. It could be their second job. And this is what it's become for me as a second job. I have retail work and this job, and I have data processing that I do on the side. So, on that we disagree. Then you go on to say, frankly, they should be doing something that maps to their skills and abilities. And then you say, I work for 50 hours too. Here's the catch. Did you experience perpetual jet lag while you were working 50 hours? How can a person read or retain large amounts of information while fighting perpetual jet lag? You can't expect these kids or these young adults or even adults to sit there and read textbooks when they're experiencing perpetual jet lag. If they can't keep their eyes open, how can they read? Sure, they can listen, and that's what they should do with my videos, but how can they read? They just can't. That's what I'm here for, to break that. We have to break that cycle. Well, I'm going to break that cycle. You may not, but I'm going to. And I'm working on it right now. Okay? And how can they create successful videos under the conditions of perpetual jet lag? They can't. They can't verbalize anything. They may not even remember to turn on their camera, much less record a video. I provide easily digestible information on my YouTube channel. That way, these people can learn even if they are dealing with perpetual jet lag. Then you go on to say, I still was doing freelance work and blogging even then and doing other things. So if people don't want to work at making content and say, I don't have time, then no deposit, no return. It does work that way in the real world. You don't do the work, you don't get the results. You don't lose weight by making excuses for why you can't eat healthy or work out. I know people who have disabilities and chronic pain who run businesses and create content and market. They do unless they're dealing with perpetual jet lag or impoverishment. That's the point you keep missing. They shouldn't be desperate to get ratings. Oh, believe me, when they're hungry enough, they are desperate to get ratings. And they need somebody to help them. And that's what I'm here for. They should be reading books and watching videos and learn the business and general educational skills and mentality to get out of poverty. And how are you supposed to do that with your perpetual jet lag? You don't. Unless, of course, you have somebody helping you. And that's what I'm here for. There are no shortcuts. I don't believe that. I've read Harry Lorraine's memory techniques. He has a book called The Memory Book by Harry Lorraine. I believe there are shortcuts, and I'm showing them how. You don't believe me? Go ahead. Read Harry Lorraine's memory book. Then start watching my YouTube videos. And you'll begin to see what kind of a shortcut I'm talking about. So that's wrong. You have to invest something. Well, you have to invest something, but not overwhelmingly. Wrong. If you're poor, you have to leverage time. And how are you supposed to do that with perpetual jet lag? Again. Now, what's my response to this? And yet you don't provide any tips on how they are supposed to leverage their time. I believe in multitasking. Many of my videos are 4 parts audio and 1 part visual. So they can play my videos and wash dishes and clean laundry or perform most household chores. Certainly they can't vacuum the carpet that way, but they could do most everything else. And if they miss some of my visual aids on my videos, all they have to do is rewind it and they can see the visual aid later on. Okay. Then it says, I appreciate that you say, I appreciate you're trying to help them out, but you are not succeeding. I totally disagree with that. And I think I've proven my point in this particular video with all those comments I read to you. Then you say, I saved up my money to buy every single piece of equipment I have, which I agree with. Your demonstration doesn't mean anything in the same way that one day of working out won't change anything. I have no idea what you were meaning by that, but okay. You only earn results through hard work. Well, not entirely. I'm not an avid subscriber to that. There are ways around a lot of hard work. Okay, so you say you only earn results through hard work, patience, and anybody that does that, they are not. If they don't do that, then they are not entitled to success. I don't know. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this: if you do sub for sub correctly, you can get results. It depends on how you do it. And it also depends on whether you're over-dependent on it. I am not over-dependent on sub for sub. As a matter of fact, because I have 1,000 subscribers, you say, why was it so desperate for you to have 1,000 subscribers? Because now I can post premium content on my YouTube channel. And I did run into a little difficulty because it's only on my current YouTube channel. I need to get the subscribers to my current channel to subscribe to my brand new Speed Learner Plus channel so I can get the same capabilities there as I do on my current channel. I don't want to turn my regular Speed Learner channel into a premium service because it provides too much information to too many people. I want to turn my new channel into a premium channel for my advanced students. And as soon as I can get 1,000 people to subscribe to that, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And how am I doing that? Through video responses. And you can see this on my Speed Learner Plus channel. If you want to know where it is, feel free to ask. I also have a Speed Learner fan page, and I just uploaded my first ebook. Now, I grant you it's a little short, but if you really pay attention to what's in the book that I just wrote, you'll see it's worth the $5 to get. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to give you a video response to that as well. Anyway, that is my response to you. Feel free to share this video with whomever you like, and I would like to see you make a video response to me. Since I went to the trouble of making a video response to you, I think it's only fair that you make a video response to me as well. I think my viewers think that way. I know I do. Let's see what your viewers have to think. Alright, this is Ted the Speed Learner signing off. I will tell you more in a future video, so I want you to stay tuned.